And I'm going to start by saying this. Brandon is filling out the delete blood cancer forms here. My wife has joined us. Give it up for my wife. She's a survivor. Jen is here. Say something so I get a level. Hello.
Hello.
So Brandon insulted you during the break. Brandon, you going to admit that you insulted her?
No, I just said she looked like her. That's it.
Brandon said my wife looked like Estelle
Actually, when I
Getty.
watch Golden Girls, she makes me laugh the most. Yes, I watch Golden Girls.
You come by my house, my wife will make you laugh. That's just it's like the Golden Girls at my house every day.
Actually, I think Nestor's mother looks more like Estelle Getty.
My mom does look a lot like Estelle Getty. There's no doubt about that. So my wife survived last year. Big thanks to everybody here at Greenmount Station who was supportive of my wife. We did some shows up here when she was too sick to come up. There were times people were asking me how she was. She's wearing a mask this time last year. It's amazing. 12 months later, look at how beautiful you are. Look at your hair.
I know, it's crazy.
And I don't think you look like Estelle Getty at all, by the way.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I think you look like Streisand 76, and that's good. I mean, I always had a crush on proper Streisand back then. So a year and a half into this, we've done the numbers now. We've swabbed almost 3,000 people in 18 months since these shows started with Joe Flacco, Dennis Pitta, Todd Heap, and Brandon didn't know about this. And we saw him last year. You weren't bald at the Halloween party.
I had a little hair.
Yeah, I MC the Halloween party on behalf of Goodwill Industries every year. Brandon dressed as a genie last year. We should do a Gilligan's Island thing this year, bro. What do you think, man? You want to be the skipper?
Yeah, let's do it.
If you did skipper, I'd do Gilligan.
That'd be perfect.
Would you
Am
want
I
me to be the
Ginger or
professor?
Marianne? Oh, don't even say I'm Mrs. Howell.
Lovey?
I mean, since you said it.
Nice.
I mean. Maybe.
I see how this is, man. See, we're just being nice to him because he's a first-time visitor and we're about to swab him. So we make him angry. So we make you angry. Maybe you'll take it out on the Denver Broncos. What do you think?
Oh, definitely. It's going to happen anyway.
Right. Okay, well, that's good. I want
Do you
to
have
take
a temper? Do you get mad?
Yes, I do. When the helmet comes on.
But only when the helmet comes on?
Yeah.
No? Okay. All right.
It takes me a lot to get mad, unless
You're like mad filling that thing. You need glasses? You're not old like me. These would not fit your face. No, there's no doubt about that.
They'd probably
All right,
break.
so we're here tonight with There Goes My Hero. We've swabbed almost 3,000 people. The word is if you swab 500 people, you'll eventually save a life. So 3,000 people, 6 of those people, by statistics, will at some point be called upon to save somebody's life, which I think is just amazing. We did our 30 ballparks. I'm wearing my pink Give a Spit shirt. But tonight we're here to educate Brandon. So I love to have you educate people, Jen, because they're tired of my voice with WNST anyway. Tell everyone what the bone marrow registry is, and tell Brandon what he is filling out right now.
All right, so what you're filling out here is the form with all your information, your address, contact info, where your heritage is from, like, whether it's European or Asian.
I think he's African American.
Well,
if I'm guessing.
I understand.
Where's your lineage? Where are you people from? Are you people from an island, or do you even know?
I have no idea. From St. Louis.
St. Louis.
Yep.
The island of Missouri.
Pretty much.
Well, you do know that the person's life you save will look like you, will be of
They'll look
the
similar
same.
to you.
Just hopefully it's not a woman. That'd be bad if she looked like me. That'd be so bad. Just thinking that she started off as a little petite, little small thing, and she just got huge.
I see Esther Roll from Good Times. Who sees that? Anybody see that a little bit? Just a little bit. You called my wife Estelle Getty. If you weren't so big, I'd kick your butt. Okay, so now back to the bone marrow registry. So educate my man here about what this is all
So basically, last year when I had leukemia and they knew right away that I would need a bone marrow transplant to survive because of the type of leukemia that I had. So basically, my cells that make blood and platelets was bad. So they needed to basically give my whole body a reset. So this test that you do marks your DNA, or it puts your DNA on a Q-tip, and then they send that out for testing, and it goes into a database, and there's 10 different markers that they look to match when they're looking for somebody to have a donor. Okay. And I had 2 perfect matches in the world with a 10 for 10 genetic markers.
Wow.
So I was very lucky.
So here's one of the things you need to know. They came into the room and they said, you've got leukemia, you're not going to be leaving the hospital. We don't even know what kind of leukemia you have. And 8 days later, they came in, shut the door, and had even longer faces. And they said, we've got some more news. It's not great news. You're going to need a bone marrow transplant. And I thought, if I told you right now that you needed a bone marrow transplant, would you even know what that... I thought they were going to break chainsaws out on her, literally, and cut her open. Instead, you can show Brandon your ports. She had her port up in her... It's got 2 holes in her chest. The first one got infected. She had to get another hole cut in her halfway through her procedure. And the bone marrow is the blood in the bag that goes into her port, and this is what saved her life.
So it's like a blood transfusion for me.
But when the doctors came in...
Human oil change.
Exactly.
Right.
When the doctors came in, the first thing was, you need a bone marrow transplant, and I'm like, I don't even know what that is. And then they said, the second question was, where are your people from? What is your heritage? And she said...
So my people are from, Great Britain, Poland, that area. So they're like, Western European? Perfect.
They're like, oh, you'll probably have a donor that will save your life. And I'm like, probably have someone to save... Like, I don't even understand this. So this was the beginning of the journey 8 days in. A week later, she's bald. A week later, she's sick, fighting for her life. 5 weeks later, she's very bald, very frail, and they came to our bedside at the hospital and said, you're in remission, which is the greatest thing anybody has ever said, which means you do not have cancer in your body anymore. And
no visible signs.
No visible signs of cancer, which then that's the time they need to do the transplant. They can only do the transplant when you don't have cancer in your body, right? So they needed to expedite and find a donor. There were 2 matches, and we'll pick the story up there.
Right, so I had 2 matches, but then I ended up getting sick right before my transplant, so they actually had to postpone it for a week. So, and I thought, I was devastated.
Which postponed his life for a week. This guy's got the letter after filling this out, and we later learned he got a letter in the mail and said, we think you might be a match. Okay, what do? You go to the doctor, give blood. Just give a little vial of blood. Great. They did the testing, they came back, they're like, you are the match. Our doctor selected him. 21-year-old guy in Germany, scared to death. He had no idea what he had signed up, but this pressure was, there was this woman in America who needed him or she would die, literally. And he said, sign me up.
Okay.
So when he said sign me up, they gave him a couple of booster shots to make his blood stimulate the cells. And then they put the brakes on him and didn't tell him what happened because legally they can't. They just said, you can't come now. We'll call you again later. We hope in a week. He had to stop work. We don't even know what he does. We don't know him. We don't get to meet him for another year.
Wow.
Who saved her life. He came to the hospital, gave the blood, 2.5 hours. He sat in a chair and watched a movie. They put a PICC line in his right arm, a PICC line in his left arm. They ran his blood through a machine. They pulled out the T cells, shipped them in a bag within 24 hours from Frankfurt, Germany, to Dulles Airport. They were brought up the highway and dumped into her at 9:45 at night. Saved her life.
Wow.
So that's what we're doing here tonight.
That's amazing.
So you wonder what we're doing? That's what we're doing. So you're about to enter the registry. What you need to know is, as an African American, less than 5% of all the registers in the world are African American. And the chances, if she were black, they would have looked at her and said, do you have a sister or brother? Because if you don't, we're in a lot of trouble here.
Right.
Because there's no one to save your life if you're black, if you're Polynesian, if you're Chinese, if you're me like a mutt.
Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods would just die because he's got no one that could save his life, So I'm a mutt, I'm part South American, part European. I don't have any brothers or sisters, so that's why we're swabbing people to save lives. So that's what we're doing here tonight.
Awesome.
So you in?
I'm in.
All right.
Let's do
So
it.
where's
All right.
Christina? Are you good? Oh, you're.
I'm going to do it.
You're
I got it right here.
administering. All right.
So it's just water. You just need to rinse out your mouth and swallow it. And then what you're going to do...
Now, this is just to wash the particles out. This isn't anything...
Well, right, because you ate.
Right.
It's nothing gross. That's good. You can swallow.
Is that the glass I spit in? Oh, I'm just... No, I'm just making that up. Sorry.
All right, so what you need to do...
You started with me, and you're bigger than me.
You can
It's
do
not a
them
fair
both
fight.
at the same time. 2 Q-tips, 1 in each cheek, and just rub it around for 20 seconds.
This is going to be the easiest thing you've ever done.
Yep, and then you're going to drop them in the envelope.
And I'm going to put my glasses on to make sure you're doing it right. because I can't see anything. Because I'm old. That's what we're doing. We're at Greenmount Station. I want to say hello to all of our sponsors, Fremont Mortgage, Enoch Office, and our friends here at Greenmount Station, as well as Planet Fitness. They're doing all the live shows this year. They are helping us bring guys like Brandon out to do this and swab for the bone marrow registry. There it is, 2 swabs in the envelope. Round of applause for Brandon Williams, who's now on the bone marrow registry. Now, how hard was that?
Not hard at all.
Harder to fill in the form out, right?
Definitely.
Well, that's it. That's what we do. So that's how her life was saved, and we're hoping to save more lives. And we are finally starting to get some feedback. Terry Weigel, who a year ago was administering a lot of these, her son was called on as a donor about 6 weeks ago, honey?
A couple weeks ago.
Saved a life? Yeah, absolutely. So, when we did the swabbing all across the country, I had people come up to me in Arizona and different places who had their lives saved on the registry, and there's not enough of this going on. I mean, a guy your age, young, good-looking, healthy, you've never been offered the chance to, well, some is, let it go to your head. You're okay looking, all right? By the way, outfit for Halloween for Brandon Williams. Ready? Ready? Everyone take a look at him. Mr. T. Did I call it or did I not call it? Would he make the best Mr. T there's ever been? Come on.
I mean, only Mr. T can be Mr. T.
Pretty quiet.
Say, pity the fool. Come on, just something like that. Come on. You didn't grow up with the A-Team. You're too young.
I know the A-Team. I've seen the movie.
Dun, dun, dun.
You watch a lot of A-Team.
I watched a lot of A-Team.
I never watched the A-Team.
Really?
That wasn't that wasn't
Murdoch? No. All right, never mind.
I interviewed Mr. T one time. Let me talk to you, fool.
Clubber
what are you
Lang?
talking, fool? See, you did watch Rocky 3.
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
What year were you born? 89?
89.
I saw Rocky 3 the day it came out at Golden Ring Movie Theater.
What year was that?
83. 82, 83. Rocky 3 came out.
Really?
Yeah. You seen Rocky 1, 2, and 3, huh?
I've seen them mostly,
What's your
all of
favorite?
them. I'd say the first one.
You're an action movie guy. You strike me as being
Oh, yeah,
like one of
for
those
sure.
guys, right?
Definitely.
I don't go to movies, man.
Why not?
I
Not
watch
anymore.
reality
It's
TV,
like
man.
the best pastime
What's your favorite movie of all time? Go ahead.
of all time.
First thing
Of
you
all
need to
time?
know, I've never seen it. Let's start with that, right?
Okay.
I've never seen
Probably
Top
not.
Gun.
What
Exactly.
Right. Okay.
is your problem,
He's
man?
never seen Braveheart, which is my favorite movie.
I've never seen what's the one with Morgan Freeman where he goes to jail?
Shawshank Redemption.
Shawshank. I've never seen that one.
Right.
What in the world? You never seen Shawshank Redemption?
Too busy watching football.
Never seen Footloose.
There's an off season.
Not in radio. I've been doing this since the minute you stopped playing last year.
Goodness gracious.
See, you
What
lost
other
in New
movie?
England, and it sucked for you, and it sucked for me. You went home. I had to come here and talk about it for 8 months.
Why you gotta bring up old stuff?
That's last year.
That's messed
It's
up.
New Year.
Exactly.
You brought off the off season. I have no off season.
Goodness gracious.
So what's your favorite movie?
Like, of all time, like, since I've been a kid and all that stuff.
What's the movie I need to see? If you came down from Mars, which I just did, and then I had to see one movie, what movie would you see?
Oh, man, there's so many good ones. I can't.
For me, it's Fast Times at Ridgemont High. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Porky's.
Porky's is a good one. Porky's is a good one. I don't know.
What's your favorite one?
My favorite one's The Lion King. That's my favorite movie of all time. Saw it on Broadway. It's amazing. It's great.
The Gentle
I-
Giant.
I would say, I don't know. No,
All right.
couldn't
best
stand her.
Non-animated?
Non-animated movie of all time.
Something that's not a
One I
cartoon
could
for crying
just
out loud.
watch.
Like a real movie with like actors,
It's not
with like
a
George
cartoon.
Clooney or
It's
something.
animation.
I mean, I'm
Don't think too
definitely.
long.
I love the Fast and Furious, all the whole series.
Okay.
All Fast and Furious.
I haven't seen it.
I kind of teared up a little bit when Paul Walker died. Not gonna lie, it was hard. I cried in the movie. I'm not gonna.
Dude,
I'm
I
not
cried
afraid
when
to admit it.
Patrick Swayze died in Ghost. I cried. I'll admit it. I'll admit it. What are you laughing
I
at?
don't even think I cried.
We see who
Oh,
wears
you know
the
what?
pants.
I cried at the end of Titanic.
I've never seen Titanic.
Really?
What?
Never seen
Give
it.
me that cup back. Let me throw it and hit you in the face with it. Hold on, I gotta hit you with something now. Well, it's been fun hanging out with you. You'll never come back and do this again, will you?
I don't know. We'll see.
Sure he will.
Give it up for Brandon Williams. We're out here at Greenmount Station. We're having fun tonight. Getting on the bone marrow registry. Here's the thing you can do for us. Go win in Denver. Get a good week of rest down in San Jose in preparation and win in Oakland.
Yep.
And come on back here and let's make us 2-0 before Cincinnati gets in here. How about that?
Let's do it.
That's it. Brandon
I'm
Williams,
down.
we're out here at Greenmount Station. Big
Done
thanks to
deal.
Enoch Office, our friends at Fremont Mortgage, as well as Planet Fitness. Chris is always a great host. I had some fantastic crab cakes up here tonight. Stay tuned. Everything's happening here at WNST. We're out.